It's the joy of party games. On this episode of Play Saves the World, the ongoing conversation on games and spirituality. Well, hello, and welcome to this episode of Play Saves the World. My name is Daniel Hilty.
My name is Kevin Taylor.
And we are so glad to have you joining us today. Thank you very, very much for tuning into the podcast or watching on YouTube. We are just thrilled that you are giving up a little part of your day to spend with us wherever you are. We hope you're having a great day, and you certainly made our day better by tuning in.
This exquisite day has only gotten better because you are here.
It's exactly right. It was a 10. It's at 11 now.
It's 11.
You've cranked it up, and
I thought it
very,
only
very
went
thankful.
to 10, but it goes to 11.
At Play Saves the World, it goes to 11.
It goes to 11 million.
It was part of our Patreon stretch goal.
Right.
Was that we could. And speaking of Patreon, Kevin.
Speaking of Patreon.
Yeah.
We'd love for you to be more involved in this channel. And so reach out, tell us about yourself, email us, contact us, and also consider supporting us at patreon.com/PlaySavesTheWorld. And your support and contribution helps to cover the costs of this channel and video production and things like that. So yeah, thank you for considering that.
Yeah.
And of course, like and subscribe and ring that schmell. That schmell.
Ring that schmell. Yeah.
Ring that schmell.
We love hearing from our listeners and our viewers. It's a thrill to get to hear anything from y'all. And so, yeah, thanks so much for your support and your interest, and we appreciate it. Today, we're talking about a very popular type of game, the party game.
The partay game.
The partay game. So, Kevin, we have all sorts of, I say we have all sorts of wonderful listeners to this podcast and this YouTube video series. Some people are really deep into hobby board games and are probably familiar with the idea of party games. But there are a lot of folks who listen
into them, you know what I'm saying?
And there are others. Maybe this is kind of a new topic, a new subject. How would you define a party game?
It's tricky.
Yeah.
It's not going to say, well, it may say a party game on there. It may, but it doesn't always. Generally, you're looking for a game that has a high player count, that is going to be a smaller box. You're not off. I mean, there are some exceptions. We're going to get to one of those later, but in general, they're going to be a smaller, it can be card based. So you're not going to have a lot of setup. It's going to have variability about how many people can play. You can play 3 to 12 or something like that. Rules are simple. It's because you got a group of people, and you know how people are. They're going to wander off. If the rules are too complicated, so they're going to be simple, explain in a couple of minutes. They tend to be a shorter playing time, especially because with a high player count, probably people are going to be eliminated, and that's going to get boring.
Right.
To the people that are eliminated. So it's going to go quickly. People get knocked out, ha, 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 something like that. And then the game can restart again. So it moves along. It may be more luck-based typically. You're not going to have a law or strategy where you're optimizing a move. You're going to be doing one thing, bidding on something or choosing a card or guessing something. And it's going to go bing, bang, boom. So the next person can go.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's great. Those sound like all classic traits of a party game.
And if the point, as we said, the point of games is strangely to win, but also to not win, because the point of it is to enjoy the game. In a party game, that's especially true. That what you're really about is lowering barriers so that people can have a good time together. Yeah. So the winning is the really unimportant. It's more getting some laughs in, getting to know someone, making people comfortable. They've never maybe met before or never interacted. So this gives them something to do in terms of guessing or bluffing or lying or whatever. And then Yeah. The point of it is to get people to socialize,
Yeah, that's a
not
really
to win.
that's a great point. Yeah, I haven't thought about that, but you're right. I mean, if you're wanting to play games with people who aren't really into games,
Hmm.
party games are the way to go, right? I mean, yeah, that's they're very good entry level welcoming games to the world of games, and generally
Yeah.
everybody can like them whether they normally like board games or not, or card games or not.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And a real
yeah,
strategy type game like
yeah,
Gloomhaven or something is going to top out at 4 people. It's going to get incoherent more than that.
yeah.
And there's a reason for that.
Hearing you describe party games, I don't know why, but I remembered. I guess that's a party game that I haven't thought about in a long, long time, which was a game we played as a kid. Pin the tail on the donkey.
Yeah.
Did you ever play
Yes.
Pin the tail on the donkey? As a kid?
Yes. Very
Yeah.
small.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of. I mean, that is an example. It may not necessarily be the most fun or engaging game, party game, but it's a party game, right? I mean, the rules are
Yeah.
very simple. In fact, the name of the game is also the rules of the
That's
game.
a rule. That's going in our title rule game of the year award. Goes to Pin the Tail on the Donkey, which is all you need to know.
I wonder if there are
Except
any
that
other
you are
games.
blindfolded. Whilst
You are
blindfolded, thou must pin a tail on
Pin
the
the tail on the
donkey.
donkey.
And the more the failure, the better. So you end up pinning it not even on the board where the donkey is, but on the wall.
Right.
It's
right,
gonna be a win, right? Everyone
right,
laughs.
right.
So,
I had maybe it was the the Mennonite pacifist version.
oh boy.
But instead of having a pin, there was like a little piece of rubbery gum, like on the back of the tail, that you could that way you weren't actually doing harm to anything. You were just
Even the wall.
sticking it with, not even the wall. Yeah, you were just
The
sticking it with
ghost that
gum.
lived in the wall. Please don't
I mean,
hurt me.
what did the wall do to us? That's right. That's
Right.
right.
It
Yeah,
kept us out, Daniel. It kept us out.
it kept us out.
The
What
hardest.
did the walls? Go ahead.
Good. No, you go. Go.
No, I was just agreeing with you. Yeah, what did the walls do except keep us divided?
Yeah. Which reminds me, the
Yeah.
hardest pin the tail I ever played was when I was in the clank one night in prison.
Oh no.
Because the bars, right? Like the game went on for days.
That's awful, especially since you were blindfolded, right?
And
Because you were-
blindfolded too. Yes.
Yeah, and it was solitary confinement
Yes.
as well, right?
I was
So,
in solitary.
no one could help you to tell you where to
My
go.
one meal a day, I stabbed the
That
the guard, and then I didn't even get to eat. It was
didn't even
terrible.
get to eat.
Terrible. That
I'm
was terrible.
sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yes.
I wonder how Pin the Tail on the Donkey got started. I mean, how did someone with the idea?
Yeah.
They were going off script here.
When has
If that's
anyone
not
seen
obvious.
a tailless donkey? No, this was all mapped out. A tailless donkey. Some Irishman is like, this can't be. We must repair the donkey.
I've got a great idea. That's right. That's right. Well, anyway, so those are party games. They're quick, as you said, simple rule set. Any number of people can play. Yeah, it's great, and more luck than strategy. Now, Kevin, I have here on the show notes. I wonder if you'd be interested in talking any bit about. We were both pretty deep into the hobby board game world, So I mean, there's certainly others who are deeper than us, but we both enjoy deeper than we are. But we certainly enjoy what's often called kind of hobby board games, like what's the newest, hottest board game, table game that's coming out right now, and they're often very more strategic games with a lot of pieces, and they take hours or things like that. In the hobby board game world, it seems sometimes there's kind of like a stigma attached to party games. You know what I mean? Or they're not like it's there's kind of a certain negative perception of them sometimes. Does that seem fair to you?
It does, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, is that a fair characterization of?
Yeah, because hobby
world?
board gamers really enjoy strategy, and there's not a lot of strategy in a party-based game.
Yeah.
So there's not a way to get better or repeat plays, or it doesn't attract the interest of the hobbyist.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, you want to hang out with your friends and play a game, and it's not going to happen by trying to teach them SETI with teams. It's just not going to happen. So if
Right.
you want a game with friends in a light, fun setting, you should appreciate the role of the party game.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. Makes
Yeah, and
sense.
maybe there's some resentment that people think that's all games are. They don't understand there's a whole nother world. So maybe that's part of it, is thinking, oh yeah, games like Pictionary. And you're like,
Right. Right.
yes, but no.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the kind of mass market games that you can find in stores now, and there are some really good mass market games you can
Ah,
find out
there
there.
are.
But yeah, but some maybe, I don't know, for whatever reason, don't quite connect to the average hobby board gamer. And yeah.
Right.
So yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I know we'll be getting into this later on, but I have to admit, I think that I probably had a time. Well, we will be getting into this later on. I've come around to party board games. I'm really quite fond of them now, more than I used to be, and we'll talk about it in a moment. But yeah, so speaking of which, so have we properly defined party board games for our time together? Do you think, for our listeners and our viewers? Okay, all right. So
You'll
we're
know
going to
it
get
when you
around.
see it. Yeah.
You know it when you see it. That's right. That's right. So we're gonna, just to tell our listeners and viewers where we're heading. We're going to end up with a top 5 list of party board games with honorable mentions. But before we get there, some benefits of party board games. What are some of the joys of party games? And I mean, we've already talked a lot about them already. A lot about, I think, some of the reasons. Just for all the reasons that they're popular. To start off with, the small rule set, high player count. I mean, all of those things are just really things to celebrate. They really bring in more people. But I'd like to throw in something which I want to celebrate about party board games, and this is what I call the Kevin Taylor principle of luck-based delight.
Aw.
And this is, you are such a good evangelist in all of our so many of our episodes prior to this one about the joy of luck-based games, right? That as you have said, a game that has luck is a game that really already has a head start on creating a compelling narrative, on creating stories and memories that you can share into the future. If it's just a game about, how I sat for 2 hours trying to come up with a deep strategy on how to maximize this spreadsheet in the form of a board game.
Right.
I mean, that's fine.
In order to have more sheep. Yay.
That's right. That's right. But, if you've told that story from Stranger Things about the Dungeons and Dragons game and other, where you just, the moment where you throw some dice and you get the impossible combination that you need and everybody just roars to life around the table, and how exciting that is. And so I just want to celebrate. This is something that you've been such a good evangelist for, Kevin.
Oh, thanks,
I think that's really what makes party games so exciting, is there's a certain delight that comes with luck. I mean, does that seem fair, or is that how you would describe it? Yeah.
Yeah, luck is thrilling and it's fun to watch someone trying to make a tough roll, and it's often, I mean, it's going to be difficult and it's often not going to work out, but when it does, it creates a great story, a great moment. It's electric. Everyone's, it's a lot of tension going on, and and luck is also a great comeback mechanism. That okay, if you can do this, you can all of a sudden get 50 points, right? And that makes, again, for a fun arc and moment and story. So yeah.
That's a great point. Yeah. There's luck is also hope, in a way.
It is hope.
That's right. In luck we hope. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
And hope is a fragile thing, but
Hope is a fragile
occasionally you roll the critical success natural 20 and yay.
That's a great. I love. Thank you so much for how you have introduce that to me and to our listeners and viewers, because you're right. I mean,
thanks.
if sure, I mean, if I'm down hopelessly in a Euro game, I mean, if it's hopeless, I mean, by definition, there's no hope. I mean, but I mean, I know there's nothing I can do to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's a chance that I can get a really lucky roll of the dice, I mean, then there's still a chance that I'm in it, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I probably didn't mean to like steal your probably primary one, but what other can you think of some other joys of party games or benefits of them?
Yeah, it's just good memories. It
Yeah,
just
yeah,
brings about some fun times. What I like is sometimes you can grab one because they are often small, throw it in a bag. You're going to a Thanksgiving meal or a holiday event or family event, and the stars align, and some people are willing to play a game, and then they have a great time and they're laughing. And it's just like,
yeah,
right. I'll just
yeah,
remind you why
yeah.
games are so great because
Y-
this little box all of a sudden made everyone sort of have a nice moment. So you get they're often very portable and they can just bring a lot of joy. And you can see somebody get into a game that maybe doesn't think they like games, and then they're like, "That was really fun."
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So there's certain
yeah,
elegance to them.
yeah.
Um,
Because they're so simple.
they tend to be simple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. That's true. Yeah, yeah. Just because something is simple doesn't mean that it's um bad or inferior. Simple can be, yeah, elegant. Yeah,
It's a different joy.
yeah, yeah.
Getting a group of people to play a game together, you just can't do that with the Euro. You're stuck with
Right.
the same gaming group, which is great, but
Yeah,
everyone knows how Ted's going to play it because you've been playing with him for years, and you know kind of what his strategy or what he's going to try to do. But you got 15 people or whatever, 10, 15 people, and some of them strangers. It's much more surprising and exciting, I think.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Unpredictable.
I agree. I agree.
And
Yeah.
somebody that is, the last person you think is going to lie has been lying. Because let's say it's a game that rewards lying, like you're supposed to be treacherous or have a secret. And there's that moment where like, I can't believe you lied to me the whole time, and just die laughing. So
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's good. I
I
like
can't
that. I
remember the
like
game
that.
we were playing, but Jenny was so shocked one time. She's like, I can't believe you lied so long. I'm like, I know. It's normally not me, but I got you.
Like you were lying throughout. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was supposed to be. I'm not breaking the rules. I was playing the game
Sure,
correctly
sure. Yeah, yeah.
and
A bluffing
bluffing of
game.
some sort. Yeah, bluffing it where
Yeah, yeah.
everyone knows you can lie.
Right,
Yeah, or
right.
you
That's
have
right.
to lie to
That's
play the
right.
game. So
That's right. Otherwise,
yeah,
you're
I
not
think it was
playing.
coup. I think it was coup, which is kind of, we didn't. I think that didn't actually make the list. So let me go ahead and give it a little nod that coup, COUP,
Yeah.
and it's not a huge game. It's maybe 6 people, 7 people, so it's not a big party game, but it's a very
Yeah.
simple rule set where certain cards can have power over other cards, but it's in secret and you can lie, and people can call you on it, and then you find out if you were lying or not, and it can be really fun and hilarious
Mm.
and kind of mean, but in a funny way.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
sometimes it's the 5-year-old that's being mean, and that's pretty funny. You're like, I would beat you up, but I can't. You're too little.
Isn't Coup like a sequel to another bluffing game, like party game, like
I don't
Resistance or
know.
something like that? Or anyway, something like that. Yeah, yeah.
No, I think they're
No.
similar of times, but they're different games.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
but they have a hidden. Well, let's see here. Yeah, Resistance is like there's a good team and a bad team, and the bad team is lying, kind of like
I
Secret
see. I
Hitler,
see.
that
Okay,
kind of thing.
okay,
Yeah,
okay. Cool.
and Coup is just you're on your own, but you're trying to trick people into basically losing their cards and being out of the game.
So once you
It's
once you
fun.
lose all your cards, you're
You're
done.
out. Yeah, you
Okay,
have 2
okay,
cards. And they're 2
okay,
different
okay.
roles, but you can lie about what they are in some roles. Like if you say you're the assassin, I'm going to get this wrong. But if you say you're the assassin, you're going to kill me on your action. I can say, well, I have the Duke, and the Duke blocks the assassin. And now you have to decide whether you
Okay,
call my
okay,
bluff, and I could be
okay,
lying or not. So that's what
okay.
makes it really kind of naughty.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We'll have
It
to play.
sounds kind of
It's
like
good. It's a great game.
have you ever played Love Letters?
I haven't. I've
Yeah.
always heard about it.
It kind of sounds like love letters, but with bluffing. Because yeah, I mean, it's also you just hold 2 cards, and it's a very small deck, and certain cards can interact with, one card that you might have might interact in a powerful way with a card someone else has. But if you throw in bluffing as well, that sounds really fun. That sounds cool. Well, kind of related to that, I think another quality that I really appreciate about party games is that party games really, I think, seem to shine in terms of creativity and novelty, or at least they can. The ones maybe that aren't super great are the ones that are not especially creative and novel. And we've all probably seen like examples of that, where basically you're just repackaging an idea. But sometimes party games really shine in that they're just built around some creative, silly idea. And, there's no way you could work this novel, creative, silly idea into a giant Euro game. But you could put it into a little 5 to 10 minute party game and really have fun with it. Like some of the most creative and novel ideas for games, to me at least, seems like come out of party games.
Interesting.
Like we're not, it doesn't appear later on any of our lists, but like I think of Happy Salmon. Have you played Happy Salmon?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's a very, where you do a silly salmon handshake and everything like, I mean, that's just, it's very creative.
And you throw the cards down, like that's really fun.
Yeah.
Little kids love it. Yeah. Happy Salmon is a cute
It's a very creative game. And you couldn't do that for 2 hours.
That's right.
That sounds torturous, actually, for 2 hours. But for 10 minutes, that's just the perfect kind of setting for that kind of game. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it seems like you can be more creative and have more novelty.
Yeah. And what's great too is you can house rule these games because they tend to have a simple rule set. You've got some great examples with one that will appear in our list, and some really interesting house rules that, I mean, you play it a lot, the same people, or you've played it a bunch. Why not try it this way or that way?
Yeah, that's right.
And you can't do that with say, a Gloomhaven that's complicated, or a Gaia project. You can't house rule it very easily without breaking this complex house of cards of rules. So
that's a good point. Yeah. The really complex big games, every rule has been thought out and balanced and tested and tried. And you're right. It's like if you house rule something, if you change a rule, it's like you're taking a little spark plug or piece out of a car engine. All of a sudden it's not going to run anymore. But if the game basically just consists of 2 parts, and you swap out one part or 2 and the other, it's there's not everything that's just dependent on it as much. It seems like you really can house rule, change rules more easily on the party games. I also appreciate how you said earlier in our opening remarks that, of course, winning never truly matters in a cosmic sense for any game. But it especially doesn't matter with party games, right? Like it relieves the effort even more. We're going to come up with some examples where you don't even keep score. I mean, we don't even keep score. It doesn't really matter who wins at all, and that's refreshing just to not have that kind of pressure on it. Yeah. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. Have we covered most of the joy of party games?
I think so.
Okay.
You did comment at one point in the notes that I think this is true, is that sometimes we get just too in the weeds with gaming and solo gaming and hobby board gaming, and you kind of lose the plot of, it's great that you've got the high score in this esoteric board game that no one else is playing in 5 counties. Like, that's great.
Right.
But you may have forgotten the joy of kind of being silly and Ministry of Silly Walks type moment of Monty Python. Right. So throwing in some party games, some light games, reminds you that there's more to gaming than great strategies.
That's such a great, you're right. Sort of I don't know about you, but I have been, I didn't interrupt you. I'm sorry.
That's all.
I have been from time to time accused of kind of being a board game snob, sort of, that sense of, this isn't in the top 100 on BoardGameGeek.com.
Board Game Geek 6.5.
I will not play such a Philistine game, but but then I'll be at an event and or something, and I'll say, okay, yes, I'll play it. And by golly, I end up having a really fun time, and it's like, oh, why was I being so, like you said, why was I being such a snob about it? Why was I being so uptight about it? This is genuinely fun. And isn't that why we play games?
Yeah, there's an element of control there. Like we want to control the game that's played and the situation and things, and that's okay. And you may love solo gaming, but it's fun to throw a little chaos into the mix and be like, sure, let's try that. And these games you can't typically play solo. There is no solo mode. So you get a nice mix of that. You want to have some light games. Some groups use these as filler games between the harder games, which is, in my mind, asking a lot. Like in general, if I'm tired from gaming, it's hard to play a light game even. I really need to do something else. But if you play if you're at a board game convention or over a weekend, you play a big game that's challenging and difficult, and then you take a break with a party game or two, and then you go back to something more difficult. Some people do that. Well, filler games.
Yeah. That can be a good use for them too. A good opportunity for them.
Yes. But you'll recall when we've been at Geekway, I'm usually like, I'm just going to go sit on the porch.
I celebrate that.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's called exhaustion. It's my old friend.
Hello, exhaustion.
Doom, despair, and agony on me. Remember that? Deep, dark depression, excessive.
Is that from Hee Haw?
Yeah, it's Hee Haw. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all, which is just the most overly dramatic best line ever. The only luck I have is bad luck.
Where are you tonight?
Why did you leave me here all alone? It's like two guys complaining that their significant others have left them alone. And then they say how bad their lives are.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, also, I think we have dated ourselves.
Yes.
Our younger listeners are.
And I accepted that date request. I went out. I was
with yourself.
Yes. Myself.
I love that about you. I remember that you called me afterwards to tell me how it went. And you said at first,
couldn't believe how much I ate. That was expensive.
That's right. And then you expected you to pay too, right? Which was it's just really rude.
I'm never going out with that guy again. Anywho.
Yeah, no, that's great. I hadn't thought about that song in a long time. Yeah.
Occasionally, for some reason, it just pops in my head. I guess it's in my DNA at this point.
Yeah.
Yes. So let's do some top lists.
Let's
Honorable
do a
mention.
top 5 party games.
You have been chosen.
All right, our top 5 party games and the honorable mentions. This is before we get into the actual top 5. My first honorable mention is Drapolter. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right. Drapolter. But have you heard of this game or
no?
This is a game that's put out by Oink Games, which is this Japanese small box game. And I mean, I say, we talk about high player count. This isn't super high player count. I forget what the maximum is, but it's not like 12. It's probably more than neighborhood like 7 or something like that. But 6 or 7. But it's so fun. Picture it, if you will, Kevin. Picture it. We are small children trying to go to sleep at night in our respective rooms, but we're terrified of the monsters under the bed, which is where the monsters live. And so we have to, that's right. So we have to drop the right kind of charms off of our bed to scare away the monsters. What this means is everybody has a handful of identical charms around the table. And these are things like, I forget exactly, like crystal and a plastic cracker, a plastic ruby, things like that. They just kind of hold in your hand. I think there's a coin, maybe a ring, and they're all just made out of cheap plastic that come in this game. And then someone turns over the top of the deck which shows what kind of charms will scare away this particular monster that's coming out from under the bed. And what you have to do is turn your closed hand upside down. For our YouTube viewers, I'm illustrating here. You have to turn your closed hand upside down, and you have to drop only the necessary charms that will scare away that monster. Yeah. But obviously, it's a dexterity game. But it's very, very often other of the charms will fall out of your hand as well. And if they do, then you have to pick them all back up, and you have to start all over again. The first person to correctly drop just the right charms gets to quickly grab that monster card that is giving you the charms for the round and put it in front of them. That's a point. But then this gets even better. Yes. Then to show that you have won 1 point, you get to take one little tiny bell, just a tiny little bell out of this bowl of bells. And you put the bell in your hand now with your other charms, and you shake it so you can hear the bell. It sounds like just like that. And and it sounds like a Public Enemy song. Do you know the song that where
Drop Belter.
Flava Flav goes just like that. Anyway, that's what it is.
Just like that.
Yeah. I love how Play Saves the World, how we go from Gibraltar to Public Enemy. But we're gonna go back here in a second. That was, where else can you get that? That's what I'm asking.
Is it ADHD or is it genius? Who knows?
It's nothing. It's nothing good. I have no reason to brag on it at all. I'm sorry. I apologize to our listeners and our viewers. Anyway, so now you've got.
I apologize for participating.
That's right. Now you've got a bell in your hand. In addition, a very tiny bell. In addition to your charms.
So it prevents some dexterous person from crushing everyone.
That's right. And if you accidentally drop the bell, that's a point. You lose that point, and it goes back.
Oh, fun! So I got to get this.
It's a super fun game. Gibraltar is my first honorable mention.
That's great.
I've talked
another honorable mention I've got is Don't Get Got, which is real simple but clever. It's a mission game, so you want to play it over a period of time because the missions are real quirky. You want to get someone to put their driver's license in a cup or something like that.
Yeah,
and it's something that they're not normally going to do, so you're going to have to come up with some sort of scheme to get them to do it, where you're going to tell a story or create a scenario of why you need them to do that. And it needs to be over a period of time, because if it's within like an hour, they're going to know what you're doing. But if it's by that night, then they may have kind of forgotten about the game, or things have happened. And so you introduce a way to try to get them to do what you want. And if they do it, then you get to flip that mission over. And if you get all 5, you win. So it's a really clever bit. Everyone has different missions, and there's, I don't know, scores and scores of them. So you're not going to remember. And real cute, real fun. So Don't Get Got.
It's a real kind of meta game. Yeah, like a game that goes on in the background of normal life, like as you go about for hours. Yeah, like you said. If you think that you're playing it, the game's probably not going to advance. But if you
and there's a moment if you played it where you do something, then the person smiles at you, and you just realize you just got. You're like, oh,
that's right.
I can't believe now I'm putting my license in this cup, because clearly that was a shtick for this game that I forgot about. So the game depends on you forgetting what's going on, but it's really clever. Yeah, Don't Get Got.
Great honorable mention. Thank you. I think the last honorable mention is Wits and Wagers. A very popular party game that I think you can find in a lot of stores. It is sort of a trivia game. Well, it is a trivia game, but not in your classic sense. And all of the answers are numbers, like how many people live in the state of Wyoming, or, how many episodes were there of Seinfeld, or something like that. Things that most people don't know. And so you write down a guess, and you put your guess in this common pool, and they're arranged in numerical order. And you don't win by knowing the answers. You win by betting on the person that you think knows the answers. And so that's kind of what's clever. You bet this fake money on the person that you think has the right answer, even if you don't think you do. And so that's a nice kind of leveling mechanism of the game. That, if you feel like, oh, I'm not good at trivia, well, that's okay. It doesn't matter. The point is, who do you think around this table is good at trivia,
That's
and bet on
clever.
that. Bet on that person. Yeah, yeah. So it's a great.
Let me
It's a great
mention
game.
one more honorable mention.
Great.
Which is the use of mention twice, which was my Don't Get Caught mission. Yay.
Oh,
And
you won.
The one I'm going to throw in here should have been on this list. And because sometimes my brain doesn't work, I didn't think of it. And that is Secret Hitler. Secret Hitler is so good.
You love
In fact,
that. You've
it should be in the top 5. Let's be honest. But have you played it?
No, I haven't. I've heard you talk
I didn't
about
think
it.
you had.
Yeah,
it's so great. And don't let the theme be off-putting. It's not an endorsement of anything. It could be something else. It's just the idea that there's a chancellor there within the German government, and they're liberals and they're fascists, and the fascists are the bad team, but you don't know who's a fascist, and the liberals are the mainstream politicians. You get to change who's chancellor, but one of the people's actually Hitler, and chancellor wants to get Hitler elected as prime. They want them to become chancellor? Now I'm forgetting the rules exactly, but something like that. The chancellor's trying to get Hitler to get into a certain position, and you don't know who's doing what, but you're trying to pass legislation, and you're not sure if it's going to be fascist or liberal, and it's just great. And we had, I think you can play 11. We did it once, and it was just, we were just dying laughing. It was just so much fun because you don't know who's lying until you figure it out, and then it's just so funny that somebody was working against the crew the whole time. So Secret Hitler is it's a nice game. It's a weird rectangle box, and it's got some cool chunky bits, and it's just a real satisfying game. Secret Hitler. Really fun.
Have you played Clue Conspiracy?
No.
And we played that once at my group. I think it's basically like, I may be wrong because I haven't played Secret Hitler, but my impression was that it's basically like a Clue themed version of Secret Hitler. Kind of like if Secret Hitler were kind of reimagined in the Clue universe. That I may be wrong on that, but you might like that. I don't know, but yeah, that's cool. Thanks for. And I may be wrong, but that's great. Thanks for adding that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, our top 5. We get to the number 5 party game. Kevin, what is? You want to go first?
I want to go first.
All right.
I was just looking at Clue Conspiracy briefly.
Oh, so, yes. I should have provided
number 5 is for me is Flip 7, and this is a great little game. It's you're trying to collect numbers without any repeats, because if you have a repeat, then on that round you're out, and you want to get those cards to add up to a high points, and you keep going till 200 points. You can play with as many people as you want, and after you play it a while, it can get a little of a one-trick pony. Like you probably don't, but it's still a lot of fun. It's very, very simple, and it's a bit of, do you take another card? So there's a bit of a push your luck, and there are some other cards that give you superpowers that are fun too, and that does have a little bit of that explosive luck bit of seeing if someone can get the card that really pushes them over the edge, or if they're going to bust. So there's that primal, like, what will happen next moment. It's really fun. Flip 7. And it's like $8. It's the best $8 you'll spend. So it's a small deck of cards.
And I think it's in a lot of stores. Like you can probably get it at some mass market stores
or online.
Online. Yeah. One of the things that really surprised me about Flip 7 is, not literally, but like any number of people could play that game. I used to think there was some upper player count, but there isn't. You just basically you could do 15, 20 people around a table,
just shuffle more often. Big deck of cards.
Yeah.
Really
it's
clever.
A neat game. Yep. Yeah. Cool. Thanks. Well, my number 5 is an older card game, Saboteur. Have you?
Saboteur.
So Saboteur is a game where you are basically all working together. I think you go up to like 12 people on your turn. You just play a card. So super simple. And you are playing a card to collectively dig out this network of tunnels in the middle of the table where you're trying to get to some jewels that are hidden in a mine underground. And so you're trying to connect these tunnels to the jewels that are out there, that are basically represented by cards with jewels on them. But one person is a saboteur. Saboteur. They are trying to get the team not to reach the jewels before the deck runs out. And that's kind of where a lot of the tension comes from. And so at the end of the game, the team wins if they get to the jewels before the deck runs out, and the saboteur wins if the deck of cards runs out before they get to the jewels. Saboteur. It's pretty fun.
Saboteur. That's
Saboteur.
Cool. I don't know that one. Saboteur.
That was also one of my missions.
The French translation is yet to be made yet because they don't know what to call it.
It's just right.
Doesn't translate very well. Saboteur.
It's just in English we just say saboteur too, right?
Yeah, that was the joke.
That was the joke.
That was the joke. What is taco in Spanish? Yeah, it wasn't a very good joke. Number 4
is a good joke.
No, it's a terrible joke. I'm going to walk the shiny plank after we stop recording. So number 4, code names. This one is a classic. You can get it anywhere. I mean, I think they have it at Walmart and places. It's a great game. It is a little harder in that I've found with especially folks that are more senior age. Sometimes they're just like, what? They can't quite get their head around it. But you have 2 teams and you're competing to get them to pick a word out of a grid of words using one word. And if they can pick those and they're the ones you want, you're going to get points. But if they pick the wrong ones, that can lead to catastrophe. Is that fair?
Yep.
Yep,
that's right.
Yeah. And you're really hoping they'll pick multiple good cards. So you're trying to think of one word that will clue them to multiple cards. So,
right.
and they're all random. It could be lantern, tree. So if it was lantern and tree, you might pick the word green if you wanted them to get those 2 cards. Because you would have green lantern and trees are green. But you forget that frog's on there and frog is bad. And so then they pick frog. You're like, oh no. So
you lose the game. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the genius of the game, trying to figure out how you can come up with one word that gives like multiple, that can turn over multiple cards. Yeah. That's a great game.
Without unlocking another card that you weren't intending them to see.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah, it's kind of a, So that's a much loved game and can be a lot of fun. Code names. Designed by the great, in English we say Vlada Chvátil, and that is nothing like how it is said in the original Czech. But, sorry, that's the problem of Latin-based letters, that everybody says them differently. But yes, same guy that did Mage Knight and Through the Ages did Codenames and Galaxy Trucker. So the guy's Dungeon Pets, probably the most surprising board game designer of all time, in that I don't know anyone else who's designed such very different games.
Really has a wide range
party
of very
game,
popular
high
games.
strategy, popular games. Through the Ages, like number 12 of all time, and is a fantastic civilization building game.
Yeah, really
high
great
strategy.
Designer.
Yeah, amazing guy.
Yep.
Who hasn't done anything in like 10 years. I think he's just
really?
I
didn't know that.
I'm going to watch the birds. Yeah, he does. I don't think he does anything.
Well,
it's
good
like
for him.
I have finished my oeuvre, which is another word that doesn't translate into French.
Well, speaking of words that you can't translate, and that you're having trouble thinking of, my number 4 is anomia.
Anomia.
Which apparently means like the feeling of not being able to come up with a word. This you haven't played Anomia, Kevin?
No.
This
no one's played
game
it but you, I think. But
go ahead. No, I know others that play this. This is hands down one of the favorite games of our son and daughter. It is so simple but so frustrating. It's a deck of cards, and on the deck of cards, there is a list. There's a category like famous British authors or South American countries or summer holidays or things like that. And also on each card is a unique, or not a unique, there's a symbol like a diamond or a square or a circle. On your turn, you just draw a card and put it in front of you. And so it'll have a symbol and some category. Again, like movie villains. Then the next person around the table will draw a card. It will also have a unique category and a symbol. You keep going around until someone's symbol on their card matches somebody else's symbol on their card. Like I have a circle and somebody else turns up a card and they have a circle. Then suddenly there's a face-off that's triggered, and those two people who both share a circle symbol, they have to, as quickly as possible, give an example of something in the category of the card that the other person has. Yeah. So like, let's say I have circle famous villains, and we go on the table, then someone suddenly turns up a circle and fast food restaurants. I would have to quickly say, McDonald's, before they say, Lex Luthor, right? Or something like that. And in that moment of trying to think of it as fast as possible, you can't come up with the words. There's a lot of laughter, and it's very fast paced. If you don't like fast paced games, it's probably not a great game. But then whoever says the answer first, gets to claim that card as a point. And the person with the most points wins at the end of the round. It's a lot of fun. Anomia.
Number 3. Just One. Just One is a great, simple game. Everyone should own it, to be honest. And it's yet again one of these games where you're giving clues and people are trying to guess something. And what's unique about it is that their clue, well, you don't know what your word is, and they must give you clues, and they must be unique. So if my clue is Hulk, and I don't know what it is, and I'm playing with 4 people, and it's co-op, so we're trying to all get as many right as possible, so we're all working together. But if 2 people put green, then they cancel out, so it just made it harder for me.
Right.
So it's really interesting to come up with something that will give them a clue. And then sometimes you can outthink each other because you all come up with something very difficult, and no one wanted to do the easy one because they thought it wouldn't work. Like they get canceled.
So no one puts green.
Funny.
Yeah, for Hulk.
Yes, no one puts green, and then they're like, well, why didn't you put green? You're like, we didn't want to.
That's right.
So it just keeps rotating around. Just One. It's real simple, and you can play with a pretty large group. In fact, speaking of house rules, Daniel has even house ruled this to work over Zoom with dozens of people, correct?
That is true. Yep, we did it over Zoom. It was a lot of fun.
And if you want to know how he did that, we would demand 1 cryptocurrency sent to this wallet, 5643E-32:59, and we will tell you. It's real difficult. You'll never figure it out on your own.
That's right. That's
number 3, Just One.
This is a game we use at our Theology of Play workshops, and as a result, just got to play this game with a lot of people. I was looking at my statistics, Kevin. I've now been able. I've played Just One with over 100 people. Just over the years.
How many times?
Oh, I'd have to look that up, but it's probably 30 times, maybe something like that. Yeah. It's that's a great one. Thank you. My number 3 is Six Nymphed. Six Nymphed, which in English, in America, it's often sold as Take 5, but it's the same game as it used to be called by its German name, even the English version, Six Nymphed, which literally means Take 6. It is
because there's something with thumbs. They only do 5. Like this is 2 or something in German.
It's just it's because when a row reaches 6 cards, or when you would play the 6th card number 6 in a row, you have to take all the row. So in German, it's basically saying, "Are you playing card 6? Take the row. 6, take it." Whereas in English, it's saying take all 5. Anyway, but it's the same game. This is, again, a card game deck of cards with, I think, the numbers 2 or 1 through 104. And you are everyone picks a card out, lays it down in front of them face down simultaneously. You all turn them up simultaneously. You put them in order in 4 rows on the table from lowest to highest. If at any point in the card you're about to play triggers a row to have 6 or more cards, you have to take all of that row as a penalty. You don't want points. You don't want cards.
Points
And
bad.
at the end of the game, the person with the fewest points wins. It sounds really simple, but again, that it's just a game that everybody seems to love.
Hmm.
And I've just also played with many people, dozens and dozens of people this game. 6 Nymphed is a lot of fun and always seems to be hit. It can go up to 10 people.
Oh,
And
cool.
it plays, one round plays in 2 minutes, but you can play the whole game in maybe 20 minutes.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love it.
yeah.
Number 2, people don't often think of as a party game, but they're cowards, and that's Twilight Imperium. It's not a party till someone is a space line. No, I'm kidding. Number 2 is Telestrations. Again, this available in Walmart and everywhere. What a great little game. Very simple, and you're getting a word, and you're going to draw that. We keep it secret. You're going to draw that word and pass it down. Someone else is going to look at your drawing and try to guess what the word is. And then they will pass it down. And you're doing all this simultaneously till it comes back to you. And you just see if they were able to maintain the right word through all the drawings. And of course, the presumption is most people can't draw worth crap. And therefore, it becomes pretty hilarious. Or my kids just get real non sequitur bizarre. And so they just come up with very strange things and just die laughing. And it's not even related to anything. Like the smell of paint with Cheerios.
Yes.
It just becomes a
like
weird
that as
moment
a
of absurdity.
Yeah,
it's like Dadaism in a game. But if you really want to play it, you're trying to see if they can pass the phone or telephone game, passing this and figure out. And you have to draw, and there's a timer. So it's a great little game.
Yeah.
My only complaint is things tend to break in it, like the plastic where the box goes in, and I wish there was a little sturdier, and even the little, I don't know, the pins run out. Like it's kind of but it's not an expensive game. Telestrations.
That's true. That's a great one. Yes, I think for our set, I've had to order packs of new pins because you're right.
And you have to clean the boards. It's
you have to clean them out. Yeah, it's a little fiddly in that area. That's the game you mentioned earlier that, as you said with your family, we house rule this game a lot.
But yours is more of a real rule. Ours is just my kids being jerks. But they're funny, and I'm proud of my little jerks.
Absolutely.
But anyway, it's just being stupid. But you have a real rule, which is no category, right? You just...
or you make up your own category. You get it from a card, or you have to draw it with your non-dominant hand, or you have to draw it blindfolded, or something like that.
I think I was playing with your family that one time, and the word was capitalism. I'm like, what? I just took off all my clothes and ran down the street screaming. And it's Missouri, so it was like -5 million degrees.
I remember that.
It was so worth it. I felt so much better when I got the cold. I'm
good.
Like, how can you draw capitalism? It's a concept.
Yeah. Abstract concepts is a favorite category in our family. That's right. That's yeah.
Elijah drawing Wall Street or something. I'm like, wow, that's really good. You see the bull and everything. Yeah. Number 2, Telestrations. What about you?
That's great. My number 2 is a dice game called Strike.
Right.
And I think you have to say it as an exclamation point. I think there's an exclamation point after 6 Nymphed too. Strike. Right. It is this game is kind of loved and hated, but I really like it. It's basically you have dice, and there's like this. The box is part of the box is the board game. It has like a little plastic arena built into the box with a foam mat at the bottom. You have to throw your dice into the arena. If you ever get duplicates, then you get to claim all those duplicates. They add to the dice in your hand. You throw in your dice one at a time. However, if there are no duplicates, then you've lost that dice, but you can decide to go again. So you could push your luck or not. The person with any dice remaining is the winner at the end of the game. So eventually you're going to be losing. And what's great is if it ever gets to you and the stadium is empty, if there's no dice left when it gets to be your turn, then the rule is you have to throw in all of your dice at once. And there's a high probability that you're going to lose a lot of dice when you do that. So yeah,
that's your shoot the moon option. That's awesome.
Strike is a lot of fun.
I don't know that one.
People I just always seem to love it. So Strike's my number 2.
Number 1, this is a high cost, high reward game. It's a pricey game, and it takes a bit of planning because whoever is running it is going to need to know how many people are coming because they're going to have to select roles. But this is a game that is it's just the best, and you will never get tired of it. And it's a game where you get to almost play a role, and it's assigned to you, and you get to lie, and you manipulate and watch. And there's a game master watching it unfold and trying to keep the game going as long as possible because that is the most fun, where it's a nail biter of what's going to happen. And that is, of course, Blood on the Clock Tower. It's a longer game. You're looking at an hour and a half probably. And some people that have never done something like it will be very baffled the first time they're playing it. And it's real easy to mess up because there's some specific rules and somebody may say something they're not supposed to, or the dungeon master can mess up because everyone has a superpower and they trigger, and it's easy to kind of you're going to make some mistakes if you've ever run it. And it's not as much fun for the dungeon master, game master person. It's more fun to play it. But yeah, Blood on the Clock Tower is, there's no other game like it. You've got to play it before you pass off this mortal coil. Such a good game.
I love hearing you talk about it. Let's please play it sometime. You love it so much. It just sounds so it makes me want to play it.
You'll love it. You'll love it. It's just great. I mean, there's no way you don't. It's just got everything. It's just everything. So,
sounds great.
And you know it's good because whenever you play it for 20 minutes afterwards, when people are getting up and getting snacks, they're still talking about it.
Yeah.
They will still be like, I can't believe that they're just still analyzing it. And it's just because there's so many great curves and twists to this very silly game of basically there's a good team and a bad team, but the bad team, anyone can lie, and so the bad team is going to lie. And they're trying to mess with each other's powers. And even on the good team, you might want to lie to prevent something bad from happening. And and every night you go to sleep is based on that old Mafia game that we used to play.
Okay,
and so you put your heads down, and then there's one major bad guy, the demon, and they can kill one person every night. So there's a built-in timer. Eventually they're going to kill everyone, and then there's some minions that are helping the demon, and it's just nutty. And one of the characters is the Virgin, and because the good people can pick one person to be assassinated, but then they have to vote on them.
Okay,
which is genius. So we're like, we think Daniel is the demon. We go around and vote, and Daniel may be the demon. We don't know, and Daniel gives why and everything, and the vote may fail. But there's one role that's the Virgin, and if we ever execute the Virgin, we lose immediately.
Wow.
So your first play would be to claim that you're the Virgin.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And then we have a dilemma, unless you forgot that the Virgin's already in play. Now there's two Virgins, so one of you's lying, right? And it just becomes this it's like a soap opera. Yeah, it's so good.
That sounds great. I would love to play this with you sometime. If you don't mind.
There's an assassin guy that can kill one person immediately, no questions asked. It's just crazy powers. Nutty. And we've only ever played the first scenario. There's two more with more characters. They even get more complicated. Yeah. They spent years and years developing and testing these characters. Yeah, it's great. It's great.
It sounds like they're a whole slew of characters that you could choose from. It sounds like, or they can get.
Yeah, in the very base game, you won't have everyone in play, but there's plenty to mess with even in the base game. But it is a good $150 game. It's a pricey game, but what you're paying for is they design it where the box clips together, so you hold that, and the game master is taking the tokens of who you are and putting it in a seating chart so they can remember.
Okay.
And they're these nice tokens with felt, so they'll stick on the felted interior of the box.
Oh, wow. That's so
And
nice.
so it's really designed quite well. So what you're paying for is a very nice setup, because the game master, otherwise you would forget that Daniel is the Slayer or the Virgin,
Right.
especially because there's some powers that come in where you're drunk and you think you're one character, but you're wrong.
Okay.
But your powers you think they're working, but they're not. And so it gets really, really out there.
I want to try that.
Yeah. We'll have to play it sometime.
Good choice. Thank you.
Lord of the Croc Tower.
Well, my number one is also very pricey. And this is gonna be an odd choice. It's very much kind of a one-trick pony, this game, but but I have a lot of fond memories of it. Grew up with this game at my house, and have introduced it to others since then. And that is the English traditional pub game known as Skittles. Skittles is a wooden game. It's made of wood. Again, this is not a board game necessarily. It's a tabletop game. It is pricey. You have to buy a set. But it's basically picture a wooden box that's maybe 3 or 4 feet long by maybe 2 feet wide or something. Yeah, maybe 2 by 4, 2 foot by 4 foot, maybe something like that. And inside of it, it's almost like a hamster house. Like inside of it, it's divided up into all sorts of different rooms, and there are doorways from each room. And in the very beginning room, there is a hole by which you can insert a wooden top. You wrap your string around the top. You pull the string back super fast. This top starts to spin and move and hop around. And in all of the rooms, there are little miniature bowling pins. And the further the bowling pin is, the bowling pin is in, from the starting room where the top is, the higher the points. And so you're just hoping, it's all luck, but you're just hoping that your top will go from room to room and make its way through this kind of little tiny wooden house to a back room where it can knock down the 100-point bowling pin.
I feel like you're making this up.
I know. It sounds too good to be true,
and what
doesn't
makes it move? Because the string makes it. What did you say?
Because it's just a top. It's just a top that's just spinning, and the top is flat on the bottom.
How do you get it to spin? You twist it yourself.
It's hard to describe. It basically, the top looks like a T, like the letter T, but it's all round, and you
so you flick it.
In the room, no, you put string around it.
It is the string.
Yeah, and in the first room, there's a hole in the side of the box where the string can go through. And you kind of slide it through a slot down to the hole. It's hard to describe, but basically there's a way that allows you to pull the string really fast outside the box that gets your top spinning inside the box. And it jumps around and it dances from room to room to room. And it's loud and raucous, and any number of people can play it because anybody can just wind up a top and then get in line to play the next thing. It's total luck. Your top will be spinning for maybe a minute and then it'll wipe out.
Really?
And everybody's around the table like, oh no, it's gonna knock down the pin. Oh no, it's not going to pack down, because the top is like, it has almost like a mind of its own.
It's really all luck.
Yeah, and the top will go back and forth. It's just a one-trick pony. It's maybe 3 inches tall or so.
So it's pretty big.
Tall.
15 centimeters.
Yeah. So yeah. And again, it's not cheap. I think you can find some places online to buy it. I think Berea College in Kentucky makes some. But again, it's a one-trick pony.
Awesome.
In about 20 minutes, you're going to get bored of it. But it's a really fun game for those 20 minutes, and everybody has a great time. Sorry.
Do you own one?
I do.
Do you own one?
Actually, we own 2. Yes. My dad made one from a kit, and he loved it so much that he bought another one to give to us.
Aww.
And then when my parents passed away, we inherited theirs. So I've got 2 Skittleboard sets.
That is crazy. I've seen the pub games. It's usually the little ring on a string that you try to flick to get on a hook.
Yeah.
But I've never seen Skittles. That is awesome.
Yeah. If you want to look up English pub game Skittles, you get a little sense
And
for
I
it.
guess if you can't thread the string on the top or through the slot, you have to stop drinking. Like, that's the genius of the
guess
game.
that's right. It's time to go home.
If you're too drunk to spin a top,
that's right. That's when you try to pin the tail on the donkey. That's right.
When you pin the tail. Yes.
That's right. That's right. You move on. You move on.
That's great.
Yeah.
Skittles.
Yeah.
That's a surprise one.
Well, it was either that or Telestrations, and everyone has heard me, who's listened to this podcast, heard me praise Telestrations forever. So I thought I'd do something different. So
that's awesome. That's crazy.
So there you go. Listeners, those are 13, 14 different party games. We hope you heard something in there that you liked. But what did we miss? What other party games do you like? Please let us know. You can leave a comment below, or can email us as well. Kevin, do you want to share any of that, or
yeah, we're at info@playsavestheworld.org.
.com. .org. I always get it wrong.
Your mom. I don't know.
.org. Info@playsavestheworld.org. You're right.
We've been around for a bit. We've tried different ones, so we get confused sometimes. Info@playsavestheworld.org. Yes, contact us or holler at us at Instagrams or somewhere else like that, or YouTube, and we'd love to hear your thoughts, or make a comment below in YouTube. And
be great. Thanks so much for spending time with us, listeners and viewers. We really appreciate it. We hope you have a fantastic day. And Kevin, thank you. It's always a joy to hang out with you.
Same here. Okay. All the best. Bye-bye.